The late 19th century saw a trend of 044 tanks from several railway companies. And in 1904, the South Eastern Chatham Railway ended their contribution to this trend with Harry Wainwright's H-Class. These suburban tank engines had the same boiler as the 01 tender engines, with 160 psi. But while their fuel capacity was lower than the 01s, the cab, complete with girder roof, was much nicer. The weirdest thing about the H was that 66 members were ordered, but 64 were built by the end of 1910. The remaining 2 were pieced together by Wainwright's successor, Richard Maunsell, during World War I, apparently from spares kept in storage. Even so, this made up nearly half the 044 tanks built for the South Eastern over 40 years. These were the last commuter tank engines built in quantity for the SE&CR, as Maunsell only built one K-Class tank before the grouping. And it turns out, the elderly Wainwright engines lasted longer than their successors. The Ks were all rebuilt as U-Class moguls following an accident in 1928, while the vast majority of Hs continued working into BR days, with 3 of them even working in Scotland during World War II. But sadly, World War II was also the beginning of the end for the H-Class, as 2 of them were withdrawn in that time with cracked frames. A few more were whittled down after that, but in 1959, mass withdrawal had begun. Number 263 was the 11th member to be built, and also one of the last 3 to be withdrawn, going in January 1964, having worked some of the last push-pull trains between East Grinstead and Three Bridges. The engine was privately purchased direct from BR and found her way to the short-lived South Eastern Steam Centre at Ashford Works, sharing space with C-Class number 592 and 01 Class number 65. But moving a mid-sized tank engine around part of an old railway works was like keeping an energetic dog indoors, preventing it from taking long walks. So in 1975, number 263 was moved to the Bluebell Railway, allowing her to regularly stretch her legs. The Bluebell may be a former Brighton line, but along with the other SE&CR engines there, number 263 seems to just somehow belong.